All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of the Geeky Misfit podcast. I am your host, the Geeky Misfit himself, and today I am speaking to a guest that I'm super excited to talk to. He is an influencer, he is a comedian, he is an actor that you can currently see in this season of Hacks, and he is known as Octopus Lover 8. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Jake Shane. How are you feeling, man?
I'm good. Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Again, excited to speak to you, man. I think your videos are hilarious. Your content brings a lot of joy to people in the world. So yeah, I just kind of want to talk to the man behind it and see, what that's about. So yeah.
100%.
You have such a I find that you have such like a unique style of comedy, like it's hard to even really compare it to other comedians for the most part. I'm curious, growing up, who were your influences that you watched that you still kind of go back to?
Oh, well, first, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Two, I love like Kristen Wiig and Maya Rudolph. Like those are like
Okay.
my two really, really big ones.
Yeah.
And then I also like love like Joan Rivers. I love like there's so I really gravitate a lot more towards like female comedians.
Yeah. Love it.
I think maybe that's I think not maybe I think I know that's where I get a lot of my inspiration from and kind
Mm.
of like um from female comedians. I just grew up watching them. I love Nikki Glazer. But yeah, I remember seeing Maya Rudolph and Kristen Wiig together on SNL, and I remember thinking these are really, really, really funny people, and
Yeah.
I want to be as funny as them one day.
I love that you named all female comedians, and I love that you named Maya specifically, just because, yeah, I feel like with the landscape of comedy, like a lot of female comedians don't get enough shine or love compared to like their
Yeah,
male counterparts. Yeah.
they don't. So it's and and it's a kind of full circle that like my first ever I've always dreamed of being able to act, and so
Mm.
because have taken so much inspiration from female comics, it's so full circle that I my first acting role was in a show centered around one.
Mm.
Um, Super cool.
And Hacks, I think is arguably the funniest show like on TV
It is.
right
It
now.
is.
Were
I'm
you a
biased.
fan of it before?
Yeah, I was literally like the biggest fan, like the biggest fan.
Yeah.
Um, I jumped in late, but I jumped in and I was like, oh my God, this is the greatest show of all time.
Yeah.
I need to, and I really just pushed myself to put myself in front of anyone I could that could have any chance of getting me into the show.
Yeah.
And I auditioned and I didn't get the first role I auditioned for. And then I just got lucky and another role came about that worked better for me.
Okay. I would love for you to talk about that because I know with like auditioning process, right? Like you mentioned you auditioned for a specific part, you didn't get that part. A lot of times, actors, you may not get the part you want, but if you leave an impression on the casting director and on the team, they'll keep you in mind. Was that the process with you?
So I remember I didn't get the role and I was really sad, but I knew I wasn't gonna get the role because I knew I wasn't right for the role, but still like it was my favorite TV show. And I remember in that moment I was like, okay, I can sulk all weekend or I can like host a bunch of skits and
Mhm.
like hope that like they gets to the casting room because they had just seen
Right.
me. And actually I posted a bunch of skits and I think okay, I like don't want to say this and be totally wrong,
Yeah.
but I think it made its way to whoever was doing, I think the writer's room maybe, and they had this role and it just like was kind of kismet and like they were like, oh, he would be good for this role. I think
Yeah.
because they saw something I posted that weekend, I think. So that just goes to show you should trust your gut.
Yeah.
My gut, like you should. And I really did not want to like post like I wasn't in the mood to like be funny because I was
Right.
upset. I just like I had this weird gut feeling and it ended up leading me to hacks.
I'm curious with what you said about that too, just because I'm big on talking about like mental health whenever I am interviewing a guest. And you mentioned, naturally you were depressed because you didn't get the part. You're a big fan of the show, and you could have sulked all weekend, which is fine. But you decided to kind of take action, and you're like, you know what?
Right.
It's not over yet. Let me actually get to it, start posting skits and etc. Do you find do you find that helpful if there's ever whether it's a situation where you didn't get a part or you didn't get something that you wanted to
Yeah,
kind of take more action?
of course. Like you just keep doing what got you there in the first place.
Yeah.
but sometimes it's like so hard and like I sulk all the time. Like
Yeah.
I like was trying to do these skits yesterday, couldn't get them right. I just sat there and sulked and like
Yeah.
crashed out until like 1 a.m. and then like, sometimes it's what you need. But I mean, I don't know if it's what you need, but it's what feels good
It's
at the
it's okay to get a crash out every once in a while, like I feel like it's
It is
okay.
like crash out season low key too. Like everyone is crashing out.
Oh man,
So
yeah, I
I
was
gotta
crashing out last week myself. So yeah.
it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's taking action always feels better, but it's not like the easiest. And I would be lying if I said it's all I do all the time. I think,
Yeah.
like I said, I just had this weird gut feeling about this.
Mm.
And I also got lucky with like because a lot of my improv, well, all of my improv is usually or always like a comment someone will leave and tell me to act out. So it's like
Mm.
crowdsourced. And I got really lucky with like the one I got, and it just like inspiration struck and it just kind of like happened.
Okay.
And I
Gotcha.
was also alone that week. I was like in a
Yeah.
hotel and I was just like bored out of my mind.
Yeah. Okay, that helps. Yeah, because boredom and depression definitely don't don't
Yeah.
go hand in hand. That's there. Okay, that's great. No, I love that you again. I love that you took action. I also love that you mentioned, like realistically, sometimes we all just kind of crash out and we have these weekends where we are just sad.
Yeah. And sometimes it feels good. As long as you have a
Yeah.
show to watch while you're crashing out, like that's all you need
Yeah. Do you have any
for an
comfort
album.
shows that you?
So, oh yeah, comfort. Sorry. Um, you asked for about comfort shows.
Yeah. Like, do you have any
Um,
that you go back to all the time?
no, I don't use the only show there's two shows I will like go back to and or three actually. Sorry, I guess I do have comfort shows.
It's okay. You're like, wow, I
Show
think, yeah.
called Dark on Netflix. It's this German show.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
I've heard of it. Haven't seen
it's
it, but
sick. I've
okay.
watched that twice. Scandal, I've seen like 3 or 4 times.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Um, and Girls on HBO.
Okay. Yeah. Solid comfort shows. Yeah.
But I like when I'm like really like I like to rewatch, but like I prefer to start a new show and like
Gotcha.
because that allows me kind of to like I like not knowing what's gonna happen and like throw
Yeah.
myself into that world and kind of like not exist in my world and my anxiety anymore, if that makes
That makes
sense.
sense. No, absolutely. Absolutely. Are there any shows that like currently aren't airing, such as Girls, like that you wish you like could have been on?
Um, I always say like yes, always girls. Like
Yeah.
that's like my literal favorite one of my that is my favorite show of all time.
Gotcha.
Also but this isn't a show, but Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Oh, I love
One
that
of
movie. Yeah,
my
yeah.
favorite movies ever.
Yeah.
I wish I could have done that.
You would have been great in that, honestly. Like, yeah.
You
You're
know,
welcome. Yeah, yeah. You would
I
have been
mean,
great in that.
everyone it's perfect for a reason, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's like that like I always people are like, what's your like dream role of sorts? I'm like Rachel Sennett in Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Yeah.
Like just everything about that role was perfect. Um, and in high school, I would have told you it was Timothy Chalamet's character in Call Me by Your Name, but
Oh, yeah.
that
Another great film. Yeah.
that's just I think because I wanted to make out with an older guy in Italy. So
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, yeah. That makes sense too, though. That would have been a fun filming experience too, I'm sure. So. That's cool though. Okay, yeah, I love that. I definitely want to get into your rise in fame in social media. Like, what moment was it where you started posting skits? Or like, when did it start? What was the inspiration behind it? And when did you also realize like, oh, this is actually like taking off?
well, I posted TikToks for a really long time. Like I started like by reviewing Octopus and
Yeah,
then like it was like this whole like little bit I had and it just became this thing. And then I started posting like other videos, like little stitches to things and like little just funny videos that would do well. So I just ended up just posting and posting and posting and posting. And then
yeah,
I saw Julia Fox like act out comments. People were like, she was replying to comments and acting them out. And I was like, oh, that's really funny. So I was like, copying, like, I inspo from Julia Fox, like, I'm gonna do this. And I was really high. And I remember I
that'll
was like
help.
trying to
Yeah,
prove that like I was like actually a good actor, but
Mm,
I was so high. And like the comment was like do Bill Clinton like denying his relationship with Monica Lewinsky. And I was like trying to like get his like Southern accent right. And I was like, this is so I'm not gonna do this correctly.
right.
So I just like did it as like if I was Bill Clinton, but he was Jake. And it really connected, I guess. And then I kept like doing that type of vibe. And that week it all blew up. And I just went from like 60,000 followers to a million because at the time there were so many scenarios untouched.
Yeah,
And like I was able to do so many at once. But it was this video where I like pretended to be the person who went after John Hancock at like the Declaration of Independence. Like that's the one that really like took me off or blew up. And
right.
yeah, it was
So
that one.
was the goal from the beginning of you like, downloading TikTok? Was it like I'm going to keep posting, these videos and hope that I blow up, or was it just kind of like something for fun at first and then you just started seeing that it was catching on?
I mean, I was really happy at my job. So
Yeah,
like I think, yeah, of course it was a goal and like I would always be like, oh, I want to be famous.
right.
But I didn't take it as seriously as I'm taking it right now. And like I didn't
Mm,
think it was possible. I think there's like this thing where you don't think it's possible. So you're just but it's like I think I say that now. I think I'm like romanticizing how seriously I took like unseriously I took it.
yeah.
But I was really, 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 really happy at my job. And I didn't want to leave. So there was no rush. Like I
Mm,
wasn't like I like, I want to leave my job and
yeah.
this time and third.
What was
Um,
the job, if you don't mind me asking?
oh, of course not. I was an assistant at a record label, and the
Oh,
man
nice. Okay.
I was an assistant to became my manager.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a really cool full circle moment.
Well,
Yeah.
it was a cool full circle moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. That's cool. So basically, so within saying that, you had to take a leap of faith at some point and leave this job to do this full time, correct?
Yeah, I tried to hang on for a bit, but then it was like, Jake,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
have to, it's you're either taking this full time or you're not.
Gotcha. I mean, it's the great thing is that you had a job that you love to do before this took off, because
Right. And
most
that's why
people are like,
sorry, I just interrupted you.
oh no, no, you're good. Most people, first of all, everybody wants to hear you, so I'm sure the comments gonna be like, hey, stop
No,
speaking,
no, no.
let him
I have
go.
like a problem with interrupting people. It's like actually bad, and I need to
You're
work on it.
totally fine. I was just simply saying most people have these kind of dead end jobs that they are super eager to leave. People get like 10,000 followers and they're like, all right, so like I'm out. So I think it's great that you've had something that you love to do and you try to make both work, honestly.
I know. I tried. I really loved it so much. I love music so much.
Yeah,
Um, and I think, yeah, I don't know. I really did try to make it work for a minute. But it was kind of like, Jake, this
yeah.
isn't gonna work.
Forgive me if I haven't seen anything of this. Are you musically inclined? Like, are you?
Oh no. Well, I have a comedy album, so
Yeah,
it's not like actual musical talent,
yeah.
but I made like an album called Puss in Poems. I'll send it to you.
Please do.
And
The title alone is amazing.
yeah, it's funny. I made it with this producer and artist, Alexander 23, who is like incredible. He did all of Renee Rapp's debut album. He did
Oh, nice.
Olivia Rodrigo's, I think he did Good For You. And he's done some Tate McRae. Like he's touched everything. He's
Yeah.
seriously one of the most talented people I've ever met. And he came on my podcast because I was a fan. And then
Mm,
I made him, I used to like write these poems and I made him like play guitar while I sang one of the poems. And then it like
mm.
turned into going to a studio and then it just turned into this like comedy album.
Nice. Okay. I feel like you're still probably downplaying that because that's an amazing like achievement to have, which also
Oh,
I'm going to
thanks.
listen to it, but I'm assuming at the very least you could hold a note, like I'm assuming it's not like you're like highly
He
off
makes me
key.
sound really good. He
Yeah.
makes me
Oh,
sound really good, but I think
yeah.
it's funnier that I like am bad at it?
Got you. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm
But
excited
he'll
to hear
tell
it.
you I'm good, but that's because he's very nice.
Yeah. I'm quite sure you are, you're being humble, but that's
Oh, I'm definitely not meant to be a pop star. So let's just
got
say
you.
that.
Yeah, well, you're a
Thank
star
you.
still, so there we go. But yeah, you're welcome. I do want to touch on your podcast. So you've obviously had some amazing guests on there already. I'm curious if you don't mind sharing, who have been some of your favorites that you have had on there, and then who were some that you like can't wait to possibly get one day.
Yeah, I'm thinking about so I love having like my actual roommates and friends on.
Yeah, oh, that's great. Yeah.
So like, that's always the best. I mean, one of my all-time favorites was Role Model. Do you know Role Model Tucker? He was just really I was unexpected to his
Okay.
energy. I was so like I didn't really expect it.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is happening? But it was really funny. It made for a perfect episode and like it added
Nice.
some lore to the podcast, which was nice. I loved having Snooki from Jersey Shore on
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
loved her so much growing up,
Mm,
and I still love her now, and so that was amazing. Yeah, those were two of my favorites. Tate McRae came on, and she's
mhm.
a close friend as well, so that was just unbelievable. But yeah, I love when my like roommates and best friends come on.
That's great. Yeah, because I'm sure those are like the best conversations, it's flowing naturally and et cetera. So,
Yeah, yeah. But I also love like meeting new people and
right.
like Charlie XCX was like the craziest. I
Yeah.
remember being this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me.
Have you always, you say you seem like a social butterfly. I know you deal with anxiety and et cetera, but do you feel like, would you categorize yourself as a social butterfly? And if so, have you always been that way?
I actually used to be way more.
Okay.
When I started doing this, I became way less social.
Mm,
I don't know why. I think I just got a lot more. I think I just probably got a lot more anxious. Like I enjoy spending a lot of time at home now, which
yeah.
I used to literally always want to be out of the house at all times. And now
Yeah.
um, I don't like not like social stuff, but I do get a lot like anxiety. I
Yeah.
think maybe sometimes it's like when am I performing and like when am I like being normal, even though it's
Okay.
like I think maybe because so much of like the comedy I put out is my normal that sometimes I
Right.
just get overstimulated. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I am
Perfectly,
just
actually. Yeah.
a lot less social than I was before, weirdly enough.
Okay. With what you just said was so fascinating to me because you said a lot of your comedy is just you being normal for the most part.
Right.
Do you feel like people have a hard time uh distinguishing the difference maybe when they meet you in like a more normal setting?
Um, yeah, because like that is me. Like what I'm
Yeah.
showing you online, like that is me. Like, you know, like I have
Mm,
a very hard time lying. Like you'll
yeah.
see on the podcast, sometimes I'll like say something and be like, sorry, I just lied.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, you know, like I like the comedy I like put out or with what I think is funny, like that is me. So there's not like much to distinguish, which I have to grapple with because sometimes it's like, I don't know. So sometimes it just gets like a little overstimulated.
Yeah. What do you do during, moments like that when you do feel overstimulated? Like, what do you have any techniques or things just to kind of calm down?
Um, I take like something to go to bed.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
that works.
Like
Yeah,
a Benadryl or like a
yeah,
let me sleep and like I go the fuck to sleep because
yeah.
I'm just
And that-
it'll be better asleep. Or
Right.
I like yeah, that's it. Or I'll work out and like I just like when there's like a new album out that I'm like
Mm,
excited to listen to, that I'll usually listen to that album. Um asleep.
got you. No,
Sleep.
sleep is great. Yeah, sleep sleep is the cure for I think most things, honestly. So, is there any current album that you're listening to that's like on repeat for you right now?
Yeah, let me tell you right now. I'll tell you what I'm listening to this
Yeah.
morning. I'll tell you what I listened to this morning. I listened to a
Okay.
lot of I'm like a very big pop girl. So I was listening
Hmm.
to like the new Lord song, the new Mary
Nice.
Morris songs, some old Charlie XCX, some Carly Rae Jepsen. Um, I was listening to a lot of Clairo. Then I've been listening to the new Bon Iver album a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have
Nice.
you been
Okay.
listening to?
Oh God, what have I been listening to? Let me tell you actually. I just started a workout journey. I've been working out for like a month.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, I lost 20 pounds, like
Oh
flex
my
on
God,
the thank
amazing.
you. Thank you. Yeah,
Congratulations. That
yeah.
must feel amazing.
It does. Yeah, yeah. I had a breakup happen like 2 months ago, so I'm like, it's
Oh,
cliche
it's a breakup.
probably,
No,
but
I mean
yeah,
like
yeah.
post breakup glow.
Oh, it's terrible. So I feel like most of my music yeah, I think besides like active workout music, like I have Moneybag Yo here, I have like I have like YG, I have music that doesn't fit my personality. Like it's like all like gangster rap just because like yeah, it just puts me in the mood to work out. Aside from that, I was listening, Joe Jonas just released a new song that
Oh, it's great, right?
yeah, yeah,
It's
it
great.
is,
I was
yeah.
listening to yesterday. It's amazing.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't be
Um,
just because it's like such a heartbreak. Like, well, actually, no, I
right,
think I should be because it's kind of it's not like super sad where like I'm listening to it crying, but it's
right.
like it's almost therapeutic in a way. Like when I heard it, I was, oh, this feels like how I feel to a degree. So yeah,
Not
shout
to
out.
like give you another sad song, but
No, go
like
for it.
I heard Ed Sheeran perform his new song that I don't know when it's coming out, but it's called Old Phone. Look up him
Ooh,
perform
okay,
it live. It is
let me write that down.
unbelievable. It's called
Got
Old
you.
Phone because like maybe I just because also like there's like so basically like he doesn't use a phone anymore. He only emails. So the song's like about if he found his old when he found his old phone and
Right.
like but it's yeah, I think it might be healing for you. You should
Okay,
listen to
I'm gonna check it out. Thank you. Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Good. Really good.
yeah. Ed Sheeran always has the depressing banger sometimes, but
Always,
yeah.
always.
But okay, now shout out to Ed Sheeran for sure. What was I about to dive into next? Again, with your acting career now, taking off and about to blow up even more so, is there any dream co-stars that you like are eager to work with?
Well, first off, thank you for saying you think it's going to blow up more
Oh,
because
absolutely.
I just hope to God.
It
But
will.
yeah, I want to act in something with Glenn Powell one day. That would be
Oh,
awesome.
that'd be cool.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like love him so much personally
yeah,
that like that would just be like a dream come true.
yeah. Twisters too. Let's let's start the
I
campaign
know.
right now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, let's make that happen. Okay. Is he like anyone else, or is he the only dream
Oh
pick
well,
right now?
I mean, well, any of the comedians I listed, so Kristen
Right.
Wiig, Mike Rudolph, like trying to think of like I mean, Julia Louise-Dreyfus, I'm obsessed with Lena
Okay.
Dunham, Meg. Oh, I guess I did act with Meg Stalter in Hacks. I was just saying
Uh,
that because she was on my mind this morning.
yeah.
But I want to do like an actual scene with her. Like,
Yeah.
I like obsessed with Meg Stalter. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know anyone else that I can think of off the top of my head. Benito Skinner,
Okay.
you know.
Any specific kind of roles, like a character type that you're like dying to play that you have in mind?
Literally, I will take anything that comes my
Yeah.
way. So
Gotcha. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, that works for sure. How was I'm curious how the actual experience was filming Hacks. Like, what was it like on set? What was it?
Like cannot say enough nice things
Yeah.
about it. Like really and truly, it was the most lovely, lovely experience. Everyone was so welcoming and so nice. And I'd never been on a set like that before, so I kind of thought it was just gonna be like, okay, do this, and done. But like Paul
Yeah.
Lucia and Jen were so welcoming and so like like they're happy to have me there and enthusiastic and Jean, Hannah, and like everyone was just so lovely. It was
Yeah.
just such a warm, welcoming set. I seriously can't say enough nice things about it. I didn't want to leave, and
Yeah.
I felt like super fulfilled.
Mm,
They really let people like they let their talent like run like with their comedy. Like if there's they let them run with like improv stuff and like it's just there's a reason why that show is so successful and so amazing. And once you step onto that set, you can see why.
got you. That's great. That makes me even more of a fan of the show, honestly. It's great to hear like the people behind the scenes of the show and or in
Yeah,
front of the
they're
camera are
just I
actually
could
nice people.
literally I could go on. They're like
Yeah.
the nicest people ever.
Got you. Was there anything you took, like any advice you kind of took from the set, whether just from somebody actually giving you advice or just you witnessing how people behaved on set?
Um, I just learned a lot of stuff I didn't learn before.
Yeah.
Like, um, I learned. Oh, I mean, so oftentimes, like I would assume that if you're film like you don't stop until like the director says cut.
Yeah.
So like even if you like sneeze while you're recording and you don't stop and
Oh,
be like, I'm
yeah.
sorry, like you just keep going. Like that was something important I learned.
Mm,
I learned I don't know how much work goes behind like even the smallest of things.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and I learned to also like have faith in yourself and you don't need to like have that script down nail for like word for word for word for word like
Yeah.
I mean like obviously it's good too but like like I was like going to bed like thinking about like the same two lines over and over again but like I realized that if I just read it in the morning like it was the same effect.
Got you. Okay. Got you. I'm I feel like one day you're going to be leading your own series and leading your own films and
I
etc.
hope so.
You
Thank you.
will. I genuinely mean that. Did you see anything with the leads of the show? Like that because if you're number one on the call sheet, then you kind of have a bit of a duty, I guess, to a degree while you're on set. Did you see anything about how they operated on set that made you go like, oh, okay, they're leading with grace or whatever
Yeah.
the case is?
Well, Jean and
Mm,
Hannah just were so, I thought they were, I literally thought they were just going to be like, oh, hello, like,
yeah,
and do their job, but they really welcomed me into their conversation off camera.
yeah,
Um, just watching them treat the cast, the crew with
mm,
such, like, they were all so close with the crew. They were all so, like it really is down to every single person. and everyone's comfortability matters. And
Yeah.
like just because someone isn't like deemed as important as someone else on the call sheet, like their happiness and comfortability matters just as much as the person first on the call sheet. And I
Yeah.
think watching Jean and Hannah and the rest of the cast and Paul, Lucia, and Jen really lead with that was super inspiring.
Nice. Okay. No, that's great to hear. That's really great to hear. If you're at such an interesting place right now in your career, again, not to just keep gassing you where I feel like the
No, I
catapult's
like
about to.
honestly appreciate it. Like I woke
Yeah.
up feeling like shit, so like I really
Oh
appreciate
no,
it.
dude. First of all, same to a degree, but I genuinely, first of all, I'm having truly a great time talking to you. Your energy, even would not have been able to tell that you woke up feeling like shit. Your energy just radiates such positive energy. It's making me feel better.
Thank you.
Genuinely not trying to just gas you for the interview. I truly believe that you are going to like again be a star. You're going to be leading your own shows, leading your own films, and etc. If right now at the point you're at right now, if you can go back to when you first started this journey, whether it be when you first downloaded TikTok or when you first just started, your love for comedy, would there be anything you would tell the younger you during that time?
Yeah, stop trying to be so cool and fit in places you are not meant to be
Mm,
and do what makes you feel happy, which was performing and making people laugh. And I didn't do it for a really long time.
yeah,
And I just tried to be cool. And I still find myself doing that today.
yeah.
But I'm able to clock it because I like went through it as like a kid and like a teenager. But yeah, that's what I would tell myself.
Okay. In a weird way, I feel like I needed to hear that myself, honestly. So yeah, thank you for that.
In a weird way, sorry.
Sorry, in a weird way, I feel like I needed to hear that myself, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, I mean, as I said, I still do it every
Hmm.
day. But I'm able to recognize it. And I remember how bad it felt because I really came to the realization during COVID where I was like,
Yeah.
literally, what am I doing?
Mm,
Uh, like, who am I trying to be? What am I doing?
yeah.
Uh, I remember how bad that feeling felt, and I never want to feel that way again.
I
So I
feel that.
always
Yeah.
try. I always just do it. And like, if someone's gonna make fun of me, like, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, my feelings are gonna get hurt and I'm gonna be super upset, but at least I tried.
Okay. No, that's again, that's great. Not to like share too many personal anecdotes. I started doing stand-up comedy like a year ago. And I kind of just I started slowing down a bit. Just I don't know why. Just kind of like the process of overthinking and is this worth doing? Because I'm a filmmaker and I do this more primarily. But yeah, I don't know. Just talking to you now and everything you're saying, it just kind of made me realize I really do miss the stage and kind of want to go
Oh, you
back on
should do
stage.
it. I mean, it's funny because I was talking to Meg Stalters on my podcast tonight, and I
Mm.
consider
Nice.
her to be the funniest person in comedy right now. Like,
Yeah.
just my opinion, I think she's hysterical.
Oh,
Uh,
hilarious. Yeah.
and she was telling me how bad she thought she was when she first
Mm.
started, and how she didn't want to do it anymore. Like, she just didn't, she wasn't good.
Yeah.
And now she's one of the funniest people. And so it's not something you can't just get up there and like have it, and it
Yeah.
takes a lot of trial and error. I think you should keep with it. Like I remember doing my first live shows compared to my live shows now. I mean, it's completely different.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Yeah. It just takes, yeah, just time. I think, I don't know if you're the same way. I just get impatient sometimes or you
Oh
just,
my God. I
yeah.
mean, in the day and age we live in, how could you not? Like I'm used to like stuff going like,
Yeah.
and me and everyone just like are used to stuff like either working and or not working, like
Mhm.
especially with like the virality nature of TikTok. So I
Yeah.
think that's a lesson I've learned over the past few years is that really a lot of things with a lot of depth take a lot of time and
Yeah.
require a lot of like patience and grace
Yeah. No,
with
absolutely. Yeah.
yourself too.
Yeah, which is super. Yeah, that's I feel like that's the season I'm in currently, just kind of giving myself much more grace, which I feel like is I have a mantra I've been telling people, like I feel like grace is one of the highest forms of self-love you can do to yourself, you know?
It is.
Yeah.
I don't practice it enough, but it is.
No, saying I say that, but yeah, I need to work on it more myself. But yeah, it's a process. It's really a process. It's really been a pleasure talking to you. Like you again, I wouldn't have been able to tell that you woke up feeling away this morning. Again, I think you just radiate such wonderful and genuine genuine energy, which is rare because interviewing a
Ew.
lot of people. Thank you, thank you. Just yeah, talking to a lot of people over the years. I've been doing this for like 10 years, and yeah, you're truly just a ray of sunshine, and I really mean that. I hope nothing but great things come your way. Before I go, I don't do this often, so forgive me. A friend of mine, she's the reason how I like first, discovered you years ago. She's a big fan of yours. I told her I'll mention her name. Her birthday's also coming up. Her name is Shy. I just said that I would like shout her out in the presence of speaking to you. So
Amazing. Shy is her
yeah.
name. Happy birthday, Shy. Thank you for showing other people my stuff. I love you. I hope you have the most amazing birthday and you have a great birthday timing. When's your birthday? May?
Yeah. 16th.
May is like the best. Is she a Taurus?
Yes.
Oh my God, I love Taurus. Shy,
Yeah.
you have the best month for a birthday. Like go enjoy spring, go enjoy your birthday, and go have fun being a perfect Taurus. I love you. Happy birthday. Of
There we go. Really appreciate that'll make her yeah, that'll make her extremely happy. So I really, really appreciate that.
course.
Is there anything you want to plug before we go?
Yeah, if you guys want to see where are you based?
I'm in LA.
Okay. Once I reschedule my LA show, we'd love to have there. I'd love for you to come. And
Yeah,
I'd like to
absolutely.
see
Yeah.
your stuff as well if you can send it to
Yeah, for
us.
sure. Yeah. Okay. Hello?
Hello. Okay. You
Okay.
want me to do it
Sorry.
now? Can we do it now?
Yes, if you can.
Okay,
Yeah, go
okay,
for
okay.
it.
If you want to see me live on tour, go to pastthatpuss.com, click live with Jake Shane to see if I'm coming to a city near you, and catch new episodes of my podcast, Therapist with Jake Shane, out every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you all for tuning in to this episode, and we will catch you next time.
Thank you.